should it not be they are elected by acclamation?
Yes,
Since there's not going to be a vote?
correct.
Okay, thank you.
Did y'all notice it says that the meeting is now live streaming on YouTube?
I just saw that.
I saw that.
Tracy, I don't know if it's just my computer but yours keeps coming in and out, going in and out.
It might be mine because I live south of Dallas and the internet's really bad.
It looks like the recording stopped though, if we are trying to record right now.
It stopped recording when I got on. I heard it say stop recording.
Because we're live on YouTube.
So it's being streamed.
Okay.
There's Dash and Mr. Anderson.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon.
Hello, Mr. Anderson.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, what up, man? We see you.
Renee, what are you gonna do with your chairman?
Let's see. Anything else from anyone about the agenda?
Andrea is sending it out to the package out to the membership.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. Okay.
And Marvin, as we do the confirmation for the quorum, I believe you would make a statement constituting we have a quorum.
Yes, sir.
And also to be the the recording secretary. And I think we were going to make Maurice Dawkins the parliamentarian.
That is correct, sir.
Okay. Do we know of any old business that might, or unfinished business that might come up? I was looking, I couldn't think of anything.
No, sir, not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
That's great. Just put the package on it. Thanks. Bye.
So we're still waiting to get Maurice on right now.
And Ed.
And Ed, yeah.
Ed's going. I just let him know. I just let him in. He's there.
There's Ed.
Mhm.
We got Fresnel on, so we'll hopefully get Maurice on shortly.
Maurice is on the YouTube channel.
Okay. Well, I thought you-
Good evening, everyone.
Good
How you
evening.
doing? I just want to check in and make sure that you guys were good and didn't need anything before the annual meeting. I'll take your silence as yes, you are good.
Good.
Excellent.
How many do we have in the waiting room? She didn't see.
Oh, I thought they could hear me.
One.
Oh,
How many do we
I'm
have in
still
the
here.
waiting room?
You know, I
One
can't.
person.
One person. We just wrapped the conversation, the regional chapter mixer that just wrapped about a minute ago. So more people, I'm sure, will be in the waiting room here soon.
Yeah.
Vince or Frida, I received an email from Maurice asking if there is a general link for all attendees. Will it be the same link for everybody?
Yes, Grace, it should be the same link for everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Grace, did you send him the link that you put on my calendar? That should get him in.
Yes, that's the one I sent him, and that's the one that also Vince resent it, and he's been trying that link, but apparently it's not working. The tech team is.
Aren't we supposed to do something? Marvin, I just sent you template for the minutes. And he doesn't have a screen. Marvin,
Yes.
I just sent you the template for the minutes in
Okay.
case you want to do them that way
Okay.
as a backup.
I see we are recording now. Also, got it.
Background.
Will there be a slide for item number 5, intro of board members? Or no?
You want a slide for that? I can.
Not if you don't have one. I would just
It
making
would just be
sure I
this-
didn't.
It will be the
if there-
slide that has the, I mean, it could be, but I can pull up the slide from the Hall of Fame last night.
Yeah, because otherwise I was just going to say everyone's name.
And they should wave when you say their name.
Okay.
Oh, Tracy, that's beautiful. But if you do a little higher, you'll be the queen wave. There you go. Whitney, your recording was brilliant last night. Thank you for doing that. How did your board meeting go? Good.
It went really great. Thank you. And I'm glad it went well. We got our investment. So, yay.
Yeah. Well, last night was fantastic.
Well, Whitney, I have to say,
I can't get an answer.
Whitney, I have to say, when I was first on the board, I had to literally speak in public. So I'm a little jealous that you got to record yours.
Sorry, Tracy.
That was what she said, look out for it. And I noticed it didn't have a background up.
Definitely made it easier.
Is he on a Mac
I
or
just got
PC?
my annual meeting. I just got my annual meeting email.
Good.
The latest from Maurice is that he is actually going to be in the YouTube channel. He won't be able to join the Zoom link. Apparently he was removed from the previous program, so they can't get him in now. So he's going to be watching it from the YouTube channel.
Is it possible that we could give him the meeting number so he could just go to Zoom, type in the meeting number and join that way?
We did that too, but he apparently he can't do it.
Not even on his phone?
Yeah, I'm gonna suggest that because he also has the phone number, so I'm gonna suggest that he connect by phone. Thank you.
Yeah, it should work by phone.
But we're missing somebody else. We're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Who am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, Adrian. Okay.
Did Adrian say he wasn't going to be able to make it?
He said he had his annual eye appointment. And it's at 4, so he didn't know if he was going to be able to be on the call.
Renee, did you get my email that had the new agenda and everything rearranged?
That's the one that got, hopefully that's the one that got sent out. Yes.
Okay. Okay, Maurice, hold on. Tech team, I have Maurice on the line. He's trying another, his iPad, and apparently he's waiting to be admitted to the meeting. Do you see him?
Looks like it's working.
Yeah, Maurice, we've got you. Thank you.
Outstanding.
That's perseverance there, Mr. Smith.
Well, he told the YPS today that no one can outwork him. So I consider that part of that outworking. We had 72 people attend that session.
Outstanding. 72?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
They said it shouldn't have been limited to people under 40.
Hey, guys, I'm in.
Wonderful.
Unfortunately, I have no idea how to add a Zoom
Don't worry about it.
background on my iPad.
You iPad users, we prefer that you don't.
Okay.
It's okay.
Hey, Renee,
Yes, sir.
with respect to the nominating committee report,
Mhm.
Will you or Larry be lateraling it to me, or should I just pick it up after the introduction?
Chairman Sewell will, after the approval of the minutes, will ask you to provide a nominating committee report.
Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, pass it or hand it off to you, Gary. Which way would be better for you to not fumble the ball when I give?
Well,
Shall I
then
pass or
you
hand
better
off?
hand it off. Larry.
Hand it off? Okay.
Bury it deep.
Like
Wait
at
a
the
minute.
time, like
Alabama
at the time
versus
with the
Southern
men's
Cal.
group, the
Here we
men's,
go.
the men's Olympians.
He
Yeah,
thinks
we
we're
don't want to
running
do
back.
that.
Make sure it's a backwards pass, Mr. Chairman, and not a lateral.
See?
In that case, the University of Maryland will catch.
Oh, the hits keep right on coming.
Oh,
Did you all hear who the new incoming CEO is at CQ?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Jim Hayes. I
Jim
talked to him
Hayes.
yesterday.
Yeah, he's on the board with me at Makuma. We're gonna lose him.
I sent him a message yesterday.
Me too.
Who
Yeah,
is
that's
it?
pretty big.
I went to
Who is
Jim's
it?
wedding. He's a very good friend of mine and a really good man.
Yeah.
Well, you guys reach out to him and
Alright.
say something nice about me to him.
Who is the
Maurice,
new
did you know
president?
him before?
Jim Hayes is the CEO until September 1st at Andrews Federal Credit Union here in Suitland, Maryland.
Andrews is
Yeah.
not a member of
Wonderful.
AACUC.
And
Gary,
Andrews,
I assign you now to making sure that Jim knows how wonderful we are.
at
Challenge accepted. Absolutely.
CQ.
Good.
No, that's very important. I think I tried to ring him in and I had him almost there and yeah, I worked with him a little bit.
Well, we
And you
want
got
to
Kelly
make
and
sure
Jamie there.
that our DEI school is still going to be housed there.
Yeah.
And
Renee.
Ed asked, I think you were asking who he was. Ed, just for context, that's the credit union Andrews, where Michael Hell used to be the CEO.
That's right.
How long was he at Andrews?
We are broadcasting, everyone, live on YouTube. Okay.
Renee, it was so good to see Bill Porter, as we were kind of talking about, obviously Michael being a big part of us and Bill. It was just so good to see Bill last night.
Yeah. Really cool. And I think Danya was the very first female that we had host the Hall of.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Wow.
Oh, really? Oh.
And now you just went away. I don't know. Can you all see her?
Yeah, but it looks like she's frozen.
Okay. I never know if it's me or if it's the other person.
No, she's frozen on my screen also.
Okay.
All of a sudden I was gone.
For those of you who are out there, we are almost there.
Hello, tech team. Testing.
Yes.
I got a text to try my sound.
Sound great.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Brother Chair, I think we can proceed.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2021 annual meeting of the African American Credit Union Coalition. Today is August 17th, 2021. It is 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We will now call our annual meeting to order. And before we get started, we want to ensure that we have a quorum. So, Mr. Board Secretary, would you ensure that we have a quorum?
As per our bylaws, the membership, the presence of a simple majority of the board of directors and 15 members in good standing shall constitute a quorum for conducting business. We have a quorum.
Thank you very much and welcome everyone. And now also before we get going, we need to make sure we have a recording secretary. Mr. York, would you take care of those duties for us this evening?
Absolutely.
Thank you. And Mr. Maurice Dawkins, would you please handle the duties as our parliamentarian for our annual meeting?
Yes, I will, Chairman Larry.
Thank you. So we appreciate everyone's attendance as people are still coming in. At this point, what I'd like to do is introduce our board members who will so serve for the African American Credit Union Coalition. When I call your name, if you could just tell us hello, give us a high sign during this virtual meeting. Mr. Maurice Smith.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone.
All right, thank you. Ms. Tracy Jackson.
Hello, everyone.
Mr. Marvin York.
Good evening.
Mr. Timothy Anderson.
Good evening, everyone.
Ms. Priscilla Ockert.
Good evening.
Ms. Whitney Anderson Harrell.
Evening, everyone.
Mr. Gary Perez.
Hello, everyone.
Mr. Ed Presnell. And Ms. Lynette Smith.
Hello, everyone.
And I am Larry Sewell. Thank you, everyone. Before I go on, I want to make sure that Mr. Adrian Johnson, just to check to see if he is on the line. Okay, thank you. Now what we'd like to do is approve our minutes from last year's annual meeting.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you,
Second.
Mr. Anderson. And who was that second?
Mr. Presnell.
All right, thank you. We have a motion and we have a second. Are there any discussions regarding the meeting's minutes? Okay, hearing none, may we vote to approve minutes from last year's meeting, which was on August 12th, 2020.
Aye, Mr. Chairman.
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you very much. Now for the business of the AACUC. What we'd like to do now is get our nominating committee's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On behalf of Nominating Committee Chairman Maurice Dawkins and my fellow 2021 Nominating Committee members, it's my privilege to report that the committee received 3 timely applications for 3 vacancies on the AACUC Board of Directors. Each candidate's qualifications and credentials were reviewed. All three were deemed exceptionally qualified, and the committee voted unanimously to place Timothy Anderson, the Chief Executive Officer of the United States Senate Federal Credit Union, Tracy Jackson, the Chief Financial Officer of Resource One Credit Union, and Adrian Johnson, Senior Vice President and Chief Financial Officer for the MICU Credit Union, on the ballot for 3-year terms on the AACUC board. Mr. Chairman, no petitions were received from members to be added to the ballot, and the committee has nominated one candidate for each open seat. As such, the 3 nominees are elected by acclamation to the AACUC Board of Directors at the annual meeting on this Tuesday, August 17th, 2021. With that, I conclude the nominating committee report. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Perez, for that report, and congratulations to our nominated and voted candidates through acclamation for another 3-year term to serve on the African American Credit Union Coalition Board of Directors. Congratulations. And in my remarks a little bit later, I will definitely give thanks to our nominating committee for their hard work. Now, we're moving on to the treasurer's report. May we get that at this time?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair. So what a year 2020 was. Even though we lived and are living through a pandemic, I am proud to present our audited 2020 financials. While we're getting that on the screen, at the end of 2020, AACUC had a total assets of $541,348. If we go to the next, which is our statement of activities, we ended the year with $1,035,014 in total revenues and other support. Total expenses for the year was $611,920, giving us a year-end net revenue of $423.94. Excuse me. None of this would be possible if it had not been for our membership and our corporate partners. So on behalf of the AACUC board and Renee Sadie-White, thank you so much for your continued support. Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Madam Treasurer. Are there any questions about the Treasurer's report? Okay, thank you very much. And at this point, we'll go on and look at some of our committee reports. Let's start with the membership committee.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Priscilla Ocker, and I am your membership committee chair. I bring you greetings and a lot of good news for our report this evening. All right, you all see my screen? Perfect. So in the midst of the most unsettling time that we've ever had in my lifetime, the AACUC stood tall and became a resource for so many organizations, vendors, credit unions. And so from the bottom of our heart, we want to thank you for allowing us to be your partners in that precious space. And so I bring to you our 2020-2021 committee report. And so I want to take a look real quick about what membership is and what it affords you in AACUC. So access to our regional chapters and all of their events, professional development, networking, and opportunities to serve in leadership. There are so many more opportunities that you have within a membership in AACUC. So if you are not currently a member, or if you know someone who wants to be a member, please encourage them to do so. At this point, I want to recognize our corporate partners. I will not read these for you on the screen, but please take a minute to peruse these and get familiar. I do want to point out our Chairman Circle partners for the year. It's BECU, CUNA Mutual Group, MECU Credit Union, Local Government Federal Credit Union, Schools First Federal Credit Union, and State Employees Credit Union of North Carolina. There are a couple of pieces that I'd like to highlight for us this evening. And I want you to, I put this graph out here to see the growth that we've had within AACUC. The first two columns that I want you to focus on, first is our regional chapters. December 2017, we had 2. In July of 2021, we have 5. We've experienced a lot of growth in that area, and it's all due to the increasing number of members that we have throughout the United States and other regions. Membership, as you can see, has also grown exponentially from 213 in 2017 to over 900 plus members, and we are still growing in this 2021 year. So thank you all. Credit unions continue to grow, 169 to 196 in that December 20 to July timeframe. That's a lot. As you see, credit unions are slowly decreasing, but you see these numbers are increasing. Leagues, we stayed steady. Vendors, we went up a little, and then associations, we went up by 1. Here, I would like to kind of just visually show you what our chapters look like. And so we're super proud of all of the chapters and the work that they're doing within their regions. So we have the Eastern Regional Chapter, the Southern Regional Chapter, the Western Midwest Chapter, and the West Coast Chapter. And so on behalf of the African American Credit Union Coalition Board of Directors, we thank you for being members. This concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Priscilla, for that report. Are there any questions from anyone regarding our membership? You can put them up there through the chat if you want to. Or anything that we discuss, we can certainly get to it through our chat. Okay, thank you very much for that excellent report. And I think that concludes our committee's reports. And we can now go on to any unfinished business anyone can think of. New business. Man, we are just all happy and elated. That's great. Let's keep this moving. If there aren't any other miscellaneous topics, I'll give that a moment. Just to kind of cover anything that we haven't covered specifically. You know that word, miscellaneous. Okay, thank you. Well, I do have a few comments before we close. And as I speak, if you have questions that may pop up or come up, please feel free to put them in the chat. So thank you everyone again for attending our annual meeting. And as you have heard from our committee reports, our organization is growing, and that is a great thing. And we appreciate all of the tremendous effort and support for our organization. We are grateful for our members who are strongly contributing to AACUC's growth. And that includes all of our partners that Priscilla mentioned, all of our regional chapters, all of our credit unions, the leagues who are now members, our 30 leagues, our 17 corporate partners, our 7 chairman circuit partners. We all appreciate your support to AACUC. And I would be remiss if I didn't include trade associations like CUNA and CUES, NAFCU, NASCAS, and Inclusive, as well as others who have contributed and continue to contribute towards the success of the African American Credit Union Coalition. All of our numbers are increases from previous years. I'd like to again thank our nominating committee and congratulate our 3 board members on being elected for another term. And for our nominated committee, we'd like to thank Maurice Dawkins, Grace Thompson, Deborah Fears, Gary Perez, and Tanja Wheatley for your hard work in getting our board members nominated and for getting all of the work done so that we can get this work done to get them nominated for another 3-year term. So thank you very much for all that you did during that very important process. On behalf of our board, our CEO, Renee Satterwhite, and our staff, we commit to continue to give this organization our very best. And we do that to ensure that AACUC not only grows, but thrives. All of your hard work this past year was tremendous. We could not have accomplished any of our results without our members and our partners. So we are greatly appreciative. During our board of directors strategic planning meeting we had about 2 weeks ago, we, our board, along with our chapter leaders, pledged our commitment to continue to represent the African American Credit Union Coalition to the highest capacity. And there is much work to do. And we are committed to doing that. We want AACUC to continue to lead our industry in DEI efforts, financial inclusion efforts. We want to continue to strive to improve our advocacy efforts, and of course, professional development for everyone, particularly for people who are underserved and underrepresented. Those will continue to be important pillars for our organization. These are big things. These are big objectives. But I believe as long as we continue to invest in our organization, we can do these things and more. Thank you for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that I have to serve as your board chair. And on behalf of all of our board members, we thank you for your commitment to AACUC. At this point, I will take any questions that anyone may have.
Brother Chair, can we get your approval on the committee report?
You have my approval on the committee reports, the nominating committee and the membership committee. Hearing nothing, I'm about to adjourn the annual meeting. I'll wait a few more seconds.
Mr. Chair, we can adjourn, but do we have to leave?
No, you do not have to leave. We can adjourn, but we do not have to leave. We can sit and chat for everyone who wants to. And we have close to 100 people on the call.
Good.
That is fantastic. We thank you. Hearing no further official business, I will entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting, but not leave if you don't want to.
So moved.
Support.
Second.
We got a, so moved. Is that Hank? All right, Hank
Yes, it's
Hubbard.
Hank.
Thank you, Hank. And
Yep.
who seconded that?
Whitney.
And we got a second from Whitney. Thank you, Whitney. Good to see you too, Benjamin. I see you. With our motion and second, all in favor of adjourning, but maybe not leave.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it.
Ayes have it. Thank you, everyone.
Just keep in mind that we are on live YouTube as we fellowship. Just keep in mind. G-rated fellowship.
Just
Thank you very much for that meeting there. That was fantastic. So, and we have, what do we have later this evening? With Kevin and Pablo?
We've got a lot of stuff.
Late night?
Let me see.
Well,
I've got
well,
my-
before all that, you have the Menti mixer.
I was gonna say the Menti mixer. I was coming to it. Menti mixer.
Before all of that, you have the Menti mixer at 7.
Run down the list.
You have the Menti mixer at 7 because I'm hosting that. So that's what I have locked down.
All right. Thank you,
And then-
Dwayne.
Then from 9 to 10, we have After Hours Late Night with Kevin Martin and After Hours Late Night with Pablo Di Felipe and Juan Fernandez, the new president of the New Mexico Credit Union League and the first person of color to be president of that league. So we're real proud and pleased for him. Excited for the partnership with NALCUP, who has a track. And we're starting our conference tomorrow.
Excellent. Now make sure everyone knows how to access these great events this evening.
Okay, if you're registered for the conference, if you're not registered for the conference, you can register for the conference, and as soon as you register, you'll get an email giving you a code, a guest code to get in. If you've already registered for the conference, if you haven't seen your email that says change your password, here's your temporary password, you want to get that and then send it in. If you have any trouble at all, you can reach out to us at AACUC or the tech team. But that is the way you can get in, and it's very simple instructions with how to navigate through the platform. The virtual platform is even more gorgeous than the one from last year. It has a woman on the front. I'm gonna say that she resembles me a little bit from back in the day, not today, but back in the day. So when you see her, know that I attest that must be a picture of me from back in the day.
All right. Thank you for that. And we can once again acknowledge Miss Lynette Smith on her recent retirement. So she looks like she's retired and enjoying her first or second full week of retirement. Second full week of retirement. Go ahead now.
Thank you very much, Chairman Sewell. I'm still working for AACUC though, so my job's not over.
All right. Very good. Anybody else want to say, I'm looking, we still got 75 people on the spot. So that's great.
So, Mr. Chairman, this is Maurice. So,
yes, sir.
I would like to, just take a moment to ask the members of AACUC to, certainly for those of you who are inclined by faith, to pray for the people of Haiti and Afghanistan and other areas around the world where people find themselves in a difficult plight. And for those of you who are members of AACUC and your credit unions are making contributions through foundations or through other philanthropic efforts, by all means, let us know at AACUC what you're doing. This organization is impactful, not in just the credit union movement, but in communities around the world. And to the extent that you are making contributions or making an effort to sort of alleviate the pain and suffering of other people, let us know. We certainly like to salute you for that and sharing that, and also encourage others to contribute as well.
Thank you very much, Maurice. We appreciate you saying that, because it's really unfortunate. I read a little bit about what people are going through today, and it's really sad, tragic.
Kelly Holloway, can you give us a report on the reality fair today? I hear we said we had 140 people registered yesterday, but there was an amazing turnaround today. You want to tell us about it?
Sure, Renee. I would love to. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. The reality fair was outstanding. The final count that we have of students was 215 young lives were impacted through financial education. So many thanks to SEFCU Institute for Financial Wellbeing and the whole AACUC rockstar team that brought the Financial Wellness Fair to fruition. So that's Andrea Finley, Courtney Berry, Letitia Wheeler, I call her Tisa, but Letitia Wheeler, all powerhouses in the industry. And there was so much wisdom that was given to the students today. They asked wonderful questions. They learned all about the ins and outs of their budget. And we had students from all across the country. I mean, I think I saw Massachusetts, New York, North Carolina, South Carolina. I mean, it was everywhere, a little bit of everything. So it was wonderful. Thank you so much for the opportunity to report on it.
That's outstanding. That's great, Kelly. And more so needed today. I know we say it every year, maybe than any other time. Oh man.
Is there anybody from the Young Professionals Summit that would like to report? Espy, would you like to report out about what happened on the YPS today with your crashers?
Yes, so thank you. The YPS Summit was inspirational. We all were asking for Miss Sadie White's little notes because we want to add them into our offices as well. Lots of great information was shared. The crashers were raving about it in our group me, and they were sharing their little nuggets of information that they collected that we are going to be sharing on social media to kind of get other people a little bit jealous that they missed out. So we definitely want more, and we're so excited for the rest of the week. It's going to be amazing.
Maurice Smith really showed out. I felt like I was in a master's student class. Opal Thomas Veska was a phenomenal moderator. It was a really great session. And Cedric, you're looking pretty fly there. He was in attendance as well.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, Cedric.
Anybody want to report out on the chapter meetings? The board, we were getting ready for this meeting, but it looked like you guys were having spirited conversations before I left. So is there anybody who wants to report out on that? Jamie Keith, perhaps.
Renee, I can always count on you to find me. I try to find my little side, my little angle, and be quiet, but she always finds a way to pull you in. The chapter sessions went great. Me specifically, we talked about mental health, mental well-being of athletes, specifically Simone Biles, of which I would assume everybody is quite familiar with, about her situation with the Olympics.
Actually, I'm not.
You You are not?
I'm not.
Okay. So Simone may be arguably one of the greatest gymnasts, definitely of my time. I think a lot of people would probably say of all time. But she made a difficult decision after being selected to participate in the Tokyo Olympics to not participate. And this came after she went through the opening ceremony, the preliminaries, and competed in her first event due to a mental health issue that she was dealing with. So a lot of people had a lot to say about the timing of it. You know, a lot of people may or may not believe that she was actually dealing with a mental health issue. But, you know, whatever the reason is, she made a difficult decision. And most importantly, she stood strong on her decision, knowing she was going to get a lot of backlash from the critics, from the media, from me at first. I was selfish, you know, wanting to see her compete, which I would assume a lot of other people probably felt the same way. But she made a difficult decision to not compete due to her instability of her mental health. And that was a decision that, like I said, she got a lot of backlash about, but she stood strong on her decision. So we just kind of talked about mental health and making sure you take care of yourself through it all, basically. But it was great.
This is Lynette. If I can piggyback on that, she's my shiro, and I'll tell you why. She made a decision not to compete, and she did compete in one exercise, and she got a bronze medal. So to all those people that fall down, you can get back up and still be okay. And I was very moved by that as an African American and as an African American woman. She is my shiro. That's all I'm going to say.
That's great. Speaking of sheroes, Shelly Mitchell, would you please tell everyone about the One-to-One Woman program? But only take 3 minutes, no more than 3 minutes.
Thank you, Renee. I was coming in as a member. I am employed with NASCUS, and we are new members with AACUC. So I wanted to bounce in and be a participant. I'm going to absorb all I can from AACUC from this side of the platform. But Renee gave me 3 minutes because my heart is so dear to her. I'll skip past all that because I'm sure you all are familiar with the endearments that we share. I just got choked up just right there. But Renee trusted me with a pilot program. I came to her and I said, Renee, I have an idea. How about if we put Caucasian white women and have them mentor rising African-American professionals? In my course of study in my master's program, I did a lot of research on African-American women. And unfortunately, I found that we were of the least choice in corporate America. And because mentors tend to mentor those who are like them, if predominantly Caucasians hold the spots, then African-American women are again overlooked. So when I presented this idea to Renee, it was in true rough draft form, but she heard my passion and she gravitated to the idea and she said, go with it, Shelly. And she gave me some tweaks. I followed her instructions and I put the program together. She reached out to her contacts, and because it's Renee and her influence, they trusted her, she trusted me, and we introduced this pilot program, which today, once I talk with the mentees and the mentors, still live strong in many of their hearts, their aspirations, their inspirations, their possibilities. And it has truly been astounding from one idea, but not just the idea, but that someone trusted me with it. And that is what has made such a cohesive group. And I'm just, I'm hopeful for the advancements of African-American women. I'm hopeful for women in the corporate America team together. But it is just a travesty how African American women are continuously overlooked with the education, the intelligence, the innovation, the nurturing, the ability. And we're just asking for a seat. We're asking for a place. And when we show up, to allow us to be present. So thank you, Renee.
You're welcome. Susan Mitchell and Mitchell Stankovic and Associates were the sponsor, and that was just a really wonderful opportunity. It was so great. We had so many high-powered women who are really well versed in the industry participate, and I'm quoting one of them. We got more out of it than we gave. I think Mary Patuk is on. Mary, are you on the call? Because if you are, I'm going to call you out. But I don't. She may have left. But I did want to ask Gary Perez. I'm putting you on the spot there about the cross-cultural exchange program. If you want to tell the folks about that.
I've got one word. Wow. It was so inspirational. You know, we as a credit union community are quite accustomed to coming together as professionals to talk through those professional matters, those challenges that we all face, the opportunities that collectively we seize upon and overcome. But this was an opportunity to simply engage, to learn, learn about each other's souls in some cases. And I, for one, and for all those that I've spoken with, and there have been several that participated in the program, came away with such a heartfelt appreciation for the lives of those those people that they don't normally engage with, people that from all walks of life. And it was certainly a pleasure and a privilege to be a part of that. So thank you, AACUC.
Thank you, Director Perez. And Andrea Finley, you want to tell us about the Climb project? Because we really went head first, man. You kind of disappeared from us from the summer from working with Climb.
Absolutely. So I had the pleasure of working with Climb, which stands for Communities Learning to Invest and Mobilize for Business. And so AACUC partnered with Climb this summer for their summer stock market experience. And so for those of you who are unfamiliar with Climb, they focus on youth of color and teaching them all the tools to become investors at a very young age. And one of the things that I've learned, because I learned a ton, Miss Renee didn't see me for a while because I was always in some session or a class, and I was soaking it up like a sponge myself. But the cost, many people assume that you need a lot of money when it comes to investing, but really what you need is time. So Climb figured out, okay, if we can talk to youth, they have the most time out of all of us. And that is just one way to close the racial wealth gap. So I'm so proud of the work that AACUC has done to support Climb. Their capstone event is August 31st. And so this whole summer, students have had a fictional $100,000 that they've been able to play with in the stock market and learn about different companies and stocks and whether to hold, whether to buy, whether to sell, and watching it all in real time. So as live events are going on in our world, they see the direct correlation as it has to the stock market. So again, it's just invaluable. I'm so proud of the work that they are doing. And thank you, Ms. Renee and Board of Directors, for allowing me to participate with Climb and support them.
It's a really a great program, and Ione McNeil will be speaking about that during one of the YPS sessions this week. So I'm excited about that as well. I don't know if there's anybody who's representing the DEI Leadership Academy for Financial Professionals. But SB, I think I'm going to have to call on you to give us just tell us a little bit about how that program went. I know that there's lots of testimonials that have been tremendous, but you were there from the ground up. You took the baton from Andrea and you guys worked out the LMS system. Tell us about that.
Yes, so the DEI Academy for Leadership Academy for Financial Professionals was wow, just wow. Um, yes, we got the LMS working correctly, which I was very excited for, but we had such a great response from all the participants. We had amazing speakers that really, I feel like everybody, regardless of what part of their DEI journey they were in, they really all had a life-changing experience, including myself. And I was doing like the Zoom in the background, making sure everything was running as smooth as possible. So we do have a couple of graduates on the call, which if any of them are available. Miss Dawn, I see you. I would love to hear from you, but from where I stand, it was amazing. And I cannot wait for our January one to start and see who signs up for that and continue the DEI journey for everybody.
What I get excited about is our dean is Michelle Neron, and she's a professor at Yale. So, you know, we're getting good stuff. People are coming to assist and support AACUC, and we're just so grateful. We have a chief diversity officer, courtesy of local government federal credit union. Thank you to the board of directors of local government and the CEO and the staff for allowing Emma Hayes to be our chief diversity officer. She is one phenomenal lady and has really just taken the program that I saw as oh, we could do this, and made it a reality, which has been tremendous. So thank you again, Maurice, and to your team for the support that you provide AACUC. And I'm gonna ask on one last person, Dwayne Day. I'd like for you to tell us about what happened with the mentorship program, because we're getting ready to go into this mixer, and maybe the people on this call will want to go to that too.
Okay, thank you, Renee. So the mentorship program, actually we kicked off the program last October. So we have a cohort of about 29 mentees and mentors. And for the last 10 months, we've been meeting on a periodic basis where mentees and mentors have been just having discussions in regards to their careers and development. It was an honor to work with Grace and Sheila to really set this program up and get it launched. Lynette, she is the chairwoman for the mentorship committee, but for the most part, it's just been a great thing for us to get this committee finally up and running. I am going to put a little plug in. November, we'll be taking in the applications starting for 2022 class. So I'm hoping many of the people on this call will volunteer their time to either participate to help groom another person or just sign up to be groomed. The goal is to really be a leader in terms of development for the members of this organization. And again, I'm just happy to have the partnership with my Charlie's Angels, as I call them, that has helped me take this program to where it's been.
Dwayne, you and your Charlie's Angels are awesome. It's a great program. I have not had that much hands-on. Dwayne has led this from beginning to the end. I only come in to say hello. So Dwayne, thank you very much. She's doing an awesome job, and I'm looking forward to, you know, getting my feet wet and working for Dwayne next year as we adventure out and expand our mentorship program. Thank you, Dwayne.
Okay, and you can work with me, Lynette, not for me.
So I have to tell the YPS who were on the call earlier, now don't pay attention to anything I've just done. I kind of hijacked my chairman's meeting, and that's not good business. That's not intentional. Don't do it that way. So Mr. Chair, I turn the floor back over to you.
I was just sitting here listening and thinking, what other organization is doing the types of things that we're doing with the paid staff that we have? And I could think of zero who are doing all these things. So it comes down to investing in our organization, and that's what we're doing. And I think it's a commercial. I think it's a United Negro College Fund. And the ending comment is, I am your dividend. I am your dividend. And what we're seeing and reaping are dividends from so much that's being invested. So, and these dividends, I think, will be perpetual as we continue to do all the great things that we're doing. So let's keep reaping those dividends and reinvesting those dividends. That's all I have, Miss Sadie White.
I think we should let the folks go. We appreciate you being here. It's always wonderful to see your beautiful faces. At AACUC, we start on time and end on time. And today you got a little early, so some of y'all get to go have a little dinner before you go to the mentoring mixer. So I look forward to seeing your shiny, bright faces in your dress up from your waist up on our DEI Trailblazer Awards on Thursday, and also at the opening session tomorrow. Chairman Sewell will be delivering a wonderful opening keynote, along with some magical words from our very own Lady T Opal. So with that, we'll see you later in the evening at the late night with Pablo and with Kevin, and in the mentoring section. Take care. Bye-bye now.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Great job.
Wonderful. Have a great one.
Good night,
See you
everybody.
later.
Night.
Board, please stay.
Good job, Larry.
Did my board
Good
leave?
night.
Great
Nope,
job.
we're still here.
Stay. Board stay.
Truly
Okay.
enjoying this day. Well, I guess we'll see them later because we didn't tell them quick enough.
Okay.
All right. See you tomorrow, and good luck, Chairman Sewell, for tomorrow.
Okay. So I don't need to stay?
No, you don't need to stay. We can all go. We're
All right.
good. All
You
right.
sure?
All right.
Yeah, I am.